Have you ever heard about Islamic banking before this? I know that most of us, when asking about Islamic banking, will answer, Islamic bank do not have any interest in general. That is not easy for an Islamic scholar to approve any products truly compliant with Sharia, or we can call it Islamic law. So basically, Islamic banking refers to banking or finance practices that comply with Sharia. There are two basic concepts of Islamic banking, which are the profit loss sharing and also the prohibition of riba or interest during the transaction. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to Madam Hamidah and all my fellow friends. So today, I would like to share with all of you about the concept of Islamic banking. This information is good for us to learn and to know more about Islamic banking itself. Firstly, I will tell you the concept of Mudharabah in Islamic banking. Mudharabah is one of the contracts in Islam that used in various types of products in the banking sector. Mudharabah can be defined as a contract between a capital provider and an entrepreneur. In Arabic, capital provider is Rabbul Mal, while an entrepreneur is Mudharib. So, in Mudharabah, Rabbul Mal will provide capital to be managed by the Mudharib. In Mudharabah, there is a mutually agreed profit sharing ratio PSR between the Rabbul Mal and the Mudharib. Both of them will share any profit generated from that money, while the Rabbul Mal given is responsible for financial losses. That such damage are not attributable to the wrongdoing, incompetence, or violation of specified conditions of the Mudharib. There are two forms of Mudharabah, which are unrestricted and restricted. Mudharib can freely administer the capital without any limitation in the unrestricted Mudharabah. Otherwise, in the restricted Mudharabah, the Rabbul Mal impose unique requirements such as location determination, investment time, and form of project. There is so many types of product in the Islamic bank use the concept of Mudharabah. As we know, they have launched so many products for their clients in the banking industry. The idea of Mudharabah was used in some of the products in Islamic banking. For example, a letter of credit, LC. LC is a document sent by a bank ensuring that a seller receives the payment of a customer on time and for the full sum. The customer who requires LC to purchase or import products will notify his bank of its requirements for LC and discuss terms and conditions. The customer will put a deposit with the bank after good negotiation. Then, Mudharib Bank will set up the LC and pay the proceeds using the customer's deposit to the negotiating bank. After disposing of the products, according to the terms and agreement of the venture, the bank will share the profit from the venture with the customer. This shows that Mudharabah contract can be applied in a letter of credit and at the same time will help the bank to generate profit from that. Secondly, the concept of Murabaha and its application in Islamic banking products. Literally, Murabaha is one of the main contracts in Islamic banking. Murabaha can be defined as a sale and purchase of an asset where the acquisition cost and the markup are disclosed to the purchaser. There are three Murabaha elements, which are a seller and a buyer, who are the contracting parties. The second element is an asset that is a Sharia recognized, precious, recognizable and deliverable assets exchanged in a Murabaha. Furthermore, the commodity still belongs to the seller and remains. Otherwise, the following properties, which are assets to be built, assets under construction, and assets which are debt in nature, shall not be traded under the Murabaha contract. The last element, the third element, is the price, and at the time of entering into the Murabaha contract, it will be decided and mutually accepted. Usually, the Murabaha method of funding is used in place of loans in various sectors. Customers usually use Murabaha when purchasing household, appliances, cars, or real estate, while companies use these methods of funding when purchasing machinery, supplies, or raw materials. For short-term business purposes, such as granting letters of credit to importers, murabaha is also commonly used. Let me give you an example. Amir would like to buy a Honda Civic which on the road price within 130,000 from Honda Motor Company. Amir then will contact an Islamic bank that will buy first the car from Honda Motor Company. The bank then will sell to Amir with a markup price of 139,000 that to be paid in installment in the 5 years period. The additional amount Amir pays over the cost price from Honda Motor Company, Bank Islam has disclosed the price before the agreement was signed, with fixed payment monthly without any additional cost, and it is allowed by Islamic law. Lastly, the concept of musyarakah as a partnership contract. I want to share with all of you about musyarakah itself and about two of its types. Musyarakah can refers to a partnership between two or more parties, whereby all parties will share the profit and bear the loss from the partnership. Musyarakah can be divided into two types, which are Syirkah al-Milk, partnership in joint ownership, and Syirkah al-Aqdu, contractual partnership. Syirkah al-Milk refers to the acquisition by two or more individuals of a property, with or without prior agreement to enter into a joint shareholding in the joint ownership. The ownership of every partner is mutually exclusive. In this respect, without the permission of the latter, one party will not deal with the properties of the other partner. Next is Syirkah al-Aqdu. Syirkah al-Aqdu refers to a contract signed to enter into business activities to produce profit between two or more partners. To the other partner, a partner is an agent. A partnership in this regard is the conduct of one person in the ordinary course of business. In discussing mudharabah have been used in various types of product, we will look at how musyarakah and mudharabah combine in a product. Musyarakah and mudharabah has been used as a method of financing. These two contracts are intended to initiate a joint venture in which, from the very beginning, all the partners are involved in the company and continue to be partners until the end of the business, in which all the assets are liquid. In the case of project finance, the conventional form of musyarakah can be easily followed. If the financier wants to finance the whole project, the mudharabah funding approach would come into effect. It is possible to follow musyarakah if the investment comes from both sides. Other than that, for financing a single transaction, musyarakah and mudharabah can be used more effectively. These instruments may be used to fund imports and exports in order to effectively meet the day-to-day needs of small traders. So, there is three main contracts that always apply in Islamic banking products that you need to know. Taking everything into consideration, we can see that the concept and the flow of the Islamic contracts. Those three contracts are the main concepts that applies to Islamic banking products. In order to be compliant with Sharia, all products must need to fully clear from riba, gharar, and maisir. Islam itself prohibits Muslims to use this element in daily life trade because it will harm other people. In Hadith Hasan related by Ibn Majah has mentioned, there should be neither harming nor reciprocating harm. So, I really hope that this topic can give all of you a good information about Islamic banking that we can apply it in the real world.